What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. And today's video is going to be a special breaking news video. We just got huge news and I'm going to read it right here in front of you. We're going to talk about it and I'm going to want to see what you guys think in the comment section below. So this is the very first episode of the monthly Intel Annex. So what this is it's going to be a intelligence annex, and every month the Division 2 dev team are going to talk about a different aspect of what is to come with the new updates revolving around the Division 2. So we already heard a few days ago that we were going to get the new content in February. We have also been told that there will be a PTS in January on PC. And we were also told in December we will get a new in-game event that will feature fan favorite global events, Cough Cough Golden Bullet. And it's going to give us new rewards, probably like backpack trophies, patches, stuff like that. And it also said it's going to be attached with a new apparel event. However, what they announced within that is that they said that every month they are going to release a new episode of this intelligence annex. That way they can properly discuss what they are planning to do. Now, I have not yet. This just came out a few seconds ago. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this with you, give you my opinion, and then at the end of the video I'm going to ask you to leave a comment below telling me what you guys think. Because this is huge news, and now we know we are going to get this kind of like news drop every month until it comes out, which is only a few months. So we're going to get an episode this month being October. We're going to get one in November, December, and January. So that's what, 4 months of these intelligence annexes. But alright, let's jump into it. So this one is titled Intelligence Annex Specialization Revamp. So they're going to talk about how they are going to revamp these specializations. Now, if you want to see this and read it for yourself, I have it retweeted probably 50 times on my Twitter account. So all you have to do is go to my Twitter account and the link will be right there. Just click on it and you can read it for yourself. Alright, so let's get into it. It starts off with agents. As previously communicated, we are back with a new episode of the Intelligence Annex Initiative. Today, we are kickstarting things strong with a focus on how we are going to improve one of the key aspects of the game, being specializations. While all the details will be shared closer to launch, we wanted to give you a first sneak peek at how the team is going to continue to give us more choice in building your perfect agent. To introduce this content, we now leave the floor to Trick Dempsey, expert game designer. And then it goes to the next paragraph, which is Specialization Revamp. The past few years, we've dedicated a lot of time to researching the builds used by players in both PvE and PvP content. And we've concluded specializations are today not reaching their full potential. Side note, I completely agree with that. The way builds are set up nowadays, you could easily use whatever specialization you want, really help or hurt the build. I completely agree with that. They're not at their full potential, and they're not being used and utilized in a way that a developer or even a player would like to see. So I completely agree with that. Now it says, our objective with specializations is to empower players to create agents who match their playstyle preferences. With our next update, specializations will greatly improve both build diversity, I knew it, and player choice. To do this, we will be splitting up specialization progress into a linear level and a specialization tree. Uh-oh, my buddy Rogue Gold might have been on the inside of one of this. Okay. So it says they're going to split them up into two different we're going to talk about. What is that, rain? Oh, it is raining out there. Dang. Alright, let me get over here so you don't hear that rain in the game. Alright. So the first of the two that Trick Dempsey is talking about, there's going to be two different parts to this specialization progression. One is going to be the linear level progression, and then the other one is going to be the specialization tree. So first, we're going to talk about the linear level progression. All right, here we go. The linear level progression. In the current design, much of the existing specialization trees are mandatory. Agents can spend their points into improving signature weapon damage, ammo acquisition, but it also is requiring to manually add or remove individual elements where you decide to try out new weapons. Meaning you can switch, your weapon damage from like shotgun to AR. We to better fit with our ambition to create a more bespoke experience for all specializations, these elements will be moving into a strictly linear level system. This is where you'll unlock your skill variants, specialization sidearm, and signature weapon power. This is where the power increase comes from perks will now be moved here once they've been reviewed and tuned. So they're even tuning a lot of stuff within these specializations. That's cool. So they're not just keeping what they have and changing it around. They're actually tweaking what they have as well. So that's good news for specializations. Now it says once you've unlocked these benefits, they will remain permanently unlocked on your character as long as they have that specialization active. This linear level progression will also reward you with specialization points to spend in the new specialization tree. Okay, so now we're going to have a linear level progression for the specialization itself, but then separately we're going to have a specialization tree on top of that. So the linear level progression is only for, where is it? It will only be for unlocking skill variants, specialization arms, and specialization weapon power. So none of the other perks or attributes, none of that with the linear level progression. So that's good news. Now it says once you've done all that, then you move on to the specialization tree. Now this is where they talk about that. Thanks to the addition of the linear progression system, we will be entirely reviewing the specialization tree to provide a stronger focus on customization and choice to the players. Importantly, there will not be enough specialization points to purchase every perk on the tree. Instead, you will need to choose what perks best fit your play style. So think of the specialization tree as like a huge giant oak tree with 100 branches. You're not going to have enough specialization points to unlock each of those branches. So you're going to have to actually pick and strategically which one better suits my play style and which one will better help improve my build. That's really good news. Okay, next it says the specialization tree is going to focus on 3 elements: signature weapons, armor kits, and grenades. For the grenades and armor kits, we want to provide alternate uses for these consumables, which may be triggered instantly in addition to their standard behavior. What? For grenades and armor kits, we will provide alternate uses for these consumables, which may be triggered. What does that mean? That's interesting right there. Okay, we'll come back to that. So is that saying we're going to get like an initial jolt of armor like Div 1? I mean, that would be amazing. Instead of holding down the D-pad, you just tap it like Div 1? Hold on. Alright, let's just keep reading, because I just got excited for that. The trees permit agents to pick whether their armor kits and grenades have these alternate quick uses. Oh, and invest additional specialization points to improve them. Oh, snap. So that's like saying, hey, I want the gunner specialization armor kit, which gives you that bonus armor. But if you spec highly into it, you might get an instant heal out of that armor kit. Bro, that sounds good. Okay. But it says if you don't want to use specializations on that, you can use it for other things. That's really cool. This is exciting. Okay. And then it moves on for the signature weapons. We want to allow players to customize their behavior and to invest specialization points to increase the impact these choices might have. This would be meaningless. This would be a meaningless addition without the ability to make named enemies vulnerable to signature weapon damage. What? So we are implementing a system to make that possible. Okay. So the enemies are going to be vulnerable to signature weapon damage. Okay. And then it says, additionally, we want the whole specialization tree to be valid in all game modes. Yes, meaning PvP as well. And this means that we are reintroducing the signature weapons to PvP. What? They're bringing it back to the Dark Zone and Conflict. Yo, this is hype. We want all players to enjoy these benefits from these new balancing efforts and improve their experience, of course. To avoid seeing signature weapons become the ultimate ambush tool, agents will be treated the same way as named enemies, which when it comes to signature weapon damage, so they're going to be vulnerable, right? Let's see. Okay. So you're not going to be able to make named enemies vulnerable to the signature weapon or players. Okay. So that's good. That's good. You can't just run around with a full stack of demo just douche, 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 one-hitting everyone. So that's good. That's really good. Really good. All right. So where did I leave off? This will require significant balancing and tuning, so we will be watching build and player performance closely. So after this update, they're just going to be watching how each of us play, and they're going to monitor it, which also means future rebalancing and reworking. So that's good. That's really good. So that's it for the specialization tree and the linear level progression. Awesome news. Next up is the power of choice. While the specialization and its signature weapon are tied, that would no longer be true for their mods, skill variants, and sidearms anymore. By significantly leveling up your specialization, you will unlock these former specialization restricted specific items for use by other specializations. Yes. And then it says right here, want to use the Artificer Hive with a mortar turret? What? Why would they say that? Why would they say that? That's so big. So you're going to be able to run a Artificer Hive with the mortar turret. This is exactly what I was hoping they'd do, man. This is sick. You'll be able to do that. That's crazy. It says here for the example, you could use the Artificer Hive from the Technician with the Mortar Turret from the Demolitionist, and then also run around with the Survivalist D50 all at the same time. That is legit, man. And then it says, as you might guess, these changes, among other exciting improvements to come with our next update, are quite a complex topic to handle, and we want to take our time to deliver the best experience for all of you. And then it says, in the meantime, good hunting, Trick Dempsey out. And then that was it from Trick Dempsey. And then it says, this is all for today, agents. We are looking forward to bringing you guys changes and many others to keep on improving the core experience of the Division 2. Keep an eye out for future news, and don't forget to check out our next Intelligence Annex in November. So that is it for our Intelligence Annex for Specialization Revamp. That is sick. I am so happy about this. Alright, So let's talk about this for a second, and then I'm going to end the video and let you tell me what you think in the comment section below. Now, overall thoughts. I just read that for the very first time ever. I did that live with you. So, my very first thoughts on this is well done. Well done. That is amazing. I think that that was a part of the game that no one really thought about because it's been pushed over so hard in the past. If you remember, they took out the specialization weapons out of the Dark Zone. They made it, next to impossible to get the specialization, weapons in conflict unless you're the first one there to get it. And it kind of made build diversity pretty stale because all it was you would run the same specialization over and over with the same builds, You knew that with running the demo, you could get that plus 7% crit chance on the on the underbarrel or the laser pointer. So that would give you extra crit chance. Well, now you can do that with anything. So that's really good. That's insanely good. So, for example, you could run the technician specialization while having that +1 skill tier. You could also have a mortar turret with the artificer hive, and you could be running it. I mean, this is going to be insane. You could probably be running it with like a gunner specialization med kit. I mean, this is opening up a lot of stuff. So I'm excited. Now the linear progression, that's going to be something completely new. So what's going to happen is you're going to have to level up your specialization to unlock, the sidearm, the skill, and the signature weapon damage. However, with the specialization points, you are going to be able to spec into, what perks you want. That's exciting. Now, what if you can, put all of your teammates get damage to targets out of cover from the demolitionist, and you could put it on your technician specialization. That way, you could be the skill build helping them out, and also giving them damage to targets out of cover from that perk. That's sick. That's really sick. Or what if you put the survivalist perk? What was it? All allies do more damage to status affected enemies. That would be huge. So you would do that on like a technician skill build and put everyone on. I mean, man, there's a lot of different combinations you could do with this. I'm really excited. However, and this is the last thing I'm going to talk about because we've already explained everything within this Intel Annex. I am most excited about how you can put more specialization points into either your skills or your armor kits and make some sort of instantly, whatever buff they're talking about. Because it's said that if you spec into your armor kits enough with specialization points, it will give you, some sort of help instantly. Where we all know that using the med kit, let me see if I can.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
I don't think I'll be able to get hurt. But if you're using an armor kit right now, you would have to hold down the D-pad to heal yourself up. But if you're fully spec'd into that armor kit, getting some sort of armor instantly is huge, especially in PvP. That would completely change the entire time to kill and everything revolving PvP. That's really exciting to hear. I didn't even think about that. My initial prediction or my initial thoughts about the specialization was, they would just take all the attributes from each specialization and then give you an option. Do you want this one, this one, this one, or this one? But instead, what they're doing is they're revamping a lot of parts of the specialization tree. And then not only that, but then they are giving you options to either you can spec into it heavily and get more out of it, or if you're not interested in that, you can spec heavily into something else. Now, I am very interested into hearing what effects that'll give to the skills, because it said for skills and armor kits. So the whole instant thing with the armor kits, that's super exciting. That's giving me some Division 1 buzz right there, especially when it comes to healing from a med kit. That's huge. But what I'm confused about and what I want to know more about is how that would affect your skill variants. You know, say your striker shield or your artificer hive or your mortar turret, or which one was the gunner? The banshee pulse. You know, I love the banshee pulse for PvE and sometimes PvP. So if they could make that even more lethal, oh man, that would change so much. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end that there. We're already like 20 minutes into this video. I could probably talk about this for another 20 or so. But let me know in the comment section below what you think about these changes. Let me know what you think about the linear level progression, the specialization tree, how they are doing the specialization points. So you can spec heavily into like armor kits, but then maybe you won't be able to spec heavily into your skills, or vice versa. Maybe you could have some insane skills, but you're not going to have a great armor kit. I mean, that alone is a game changer when it comes to build diversity and time to kill, especially in PvP. But alright everyone, I hope you enjoyed this video. This is our first episode of the Intelligence Annex initiative, and this one was all about specialization revamps. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please jump into the comment section, let us know what your opinion is, and let's talk about it. Now, they already stated that the next Intel Annex is going to be in November, so we will be looking forward to that. But until then, I am Kamikazevondoom. Don't forget to hit that like. Please support the channel by subscribing, and let me know in the comment section below what you think. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.